There's some very strange noises. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, we've got an arrival in the studio, everyone. Who could this be? Hey! It's Doctor Who, also known as Christopher Eccleston.
Hi,
it's great to see you. Welcome to Blue Peter, and of course, welcome to the year 2005.
Thanks. Glad I made it.
Now, Chris, before we have a little chat, here's how the Doctor has been introducing himself to viewers.
Do you want to come with me? Because if you do, then I should warn you. Because if you do, then I should warn you. You're going to see all sorts of things. Ghosts from the past, aliens from the future, the day the Earth died in a ball of flame. It won't be quiet, it won't be safe, and it won't be calm. But I tell you what it will be. The trip of a lifetime.
Great stuff there, Chris. Brilliant. So tell us, who exactly is Doctor Who and why is he travelling through time and space?
Doctor Who is an alien with 2 hearts and he's 900 years of age from the planet Gallifrey.
Ooh.
And he's travelling through time to promote peace and to have adventures.
Great.
Brilliant. Now, we saw you arrive in the TARDIS. Now, I know it's very different on the inside to how it looks on the outside. Can you tell us exactly what is a TARDIS?
A TARDIS is a machine for travelling backwards and forwards in time. It's a time-travelling capsule. And this particular one's disguised as a police box from the 1960s. And you'll find out why in the series.
So this is the one from the actual series, isn't
This
it?
is the one that we've been filming with for 8 months.
Yeah,
And it's very big inside, isn't it?
It's bigger on the inside, much bigger.
You'll find that all out in the series. Now, you mentioned the Doctor Who. Oh, great taster there. Brilliant stuff. And you can see my full behind-the-scenes report later on this summer. Now, Doctor Who first started in 1963. And although it's been off the TV for quite a while, it's famous for its very scary aliens that Doctor Who meets and all of these people that he encounters. He first met the Autons way back in the 1970s, is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, and the Autons actually make an appearance in the new series, yeah?
The Autons, which are basically plastic dummies that we pass in the street every day if you pass, your local store, get animated, and they attack myself and Billy in the first episode. They're what I'm fighting in the first episode.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about the special effects, because it was also quite famous for the special effects, or shall we say the effects?
Yeah, the old programme, perhaps slightly unfairly at times, has got a reputation for having wobbly sets and low production values. But we thought it was very important with things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer that people watch to bring the special effects up to date and spend some money on it. And we've done that, so the special effects are as good as anything you'll see, we hope. We've certainly tried.
Yeah, the trailer looks amazing. Now, you're the 9th actor to play Doctor Who on the television. A lot of pressure comes with that, obviously. A bit like James Bond or even Blue Peter presenters. Everybody has their favourite. How did you feel about taking on a role like that?
I was very excited, because I've been acting for about 18 years and I felt ready to do something with that kind of responsibility. Because the stories, which are written by Russell T Davies, the scripts, are so strong, I felt that I had a good chance of pulling it off, because you're only really as good as the stories that are written for you.
Sure. So the scripts were good. Now, I used to be terrified of some of the monsters, literally hiding behind the sofa. Tell us about some of the monsters that you're going to encounter.
Well, we've got one here.
Really?
Right
behind
In case you haven't noticed, the face of Bo, who appears in episode 2.
That looks terrifying. What does that do?
The face of Bo all will be revealed. Actually, it's not a villain, the face, but it does recur throughout the series. We meet it within a convention of aliens, a collection of aliens who are there to witness the end of the world.
Great to have it here in the studio. Now, also here in the studio, we have your jacket.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, it was just behind there, actually. Don't mind if I put it on, do you?
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Billy behind.
No, she's not. She's definitely at home in bed. She's not well at all. There we are. There. What do you think? It's a little bit too big for me.
It fits you.
It does. It feels great. Now, all of the Doctor Who's in the past have had sort of a costume side to them, what with the long scarves and the capes and what have you. So why the leather jacket on this one?
Well, it was scripted put into the stories by Russell that he should have a battered leather jacket, which we thought would be good because he's a traveller in time. And it's quite practical as well because it's tough and it's a very physical role. And that seems to be the thing that kind of people have latched onto with my Doctor.
Yeah, no, it's lovely. Now then, in episode 1 of the new series, the Autumn alien intelligence turns plastic into a deadly killing force. And here's the moment where a wheelie bin turns very nasty indeed.
I love that burp.
Nice little burp at the end. Really not a very nice way to go, but there we are. Now, as we said before, it's been famous.
Are you going to take that jacket off?
I hope you're going to keep it. No, I'll put it behind the sofa where I think lots of people.
You can keep it.
I do think lots of people will be hiding behind their sofas at home. So, will it be as scary as the previous Doctor Who's?
I think so. Episode 3, for instance, which has Gelf, the character villains called the Gelf, who hide inside the gas pipes, were very frightening.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Now, in episode 4, we can't let too much away, but I'm actually going to be in that.
Here we go. Here we go.
I am. I do make a brief
Are you scary?
appearance. Well, I would. I'm not that scary. I'm not supposed to be scary, but I would make sure that there's lots of room behind the sofa for that moment.
Yeah, Doctor Who and Blue Peter, of course, have quite an affinity, don't they? There's a lot in common.
I think Peter Purvis, who was a presenter when I was young, was in Doctor Who, and also Russell T Davies, who wrote the stories, the scripts for the series, once wrote to Blue Peter and suggest that you organised the competition to create an alien for the new series back, 25 years ago. And somewhere in the archives, you've got Russell's.
Yeah. And of course, it used to be filmed right here in this very studio.
In this
did it?
studio?
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
yeah.
that is exciting.
You hear all these hilarious stories of
Yeah.
people wandering around in the most ridiculous costumes, but there's a few over there, but they're not on Doctor Who.
And of course, you've been filming it since last July. What's the hardest thing about filming Doctor Who?
The hardest thing about filming Doctor Who is the fact that you don't have any life. We do 12 and 14-hour days filming on set, and then because I was playing a lead role, I'd have to go home at night and learn all my lines, so you couldn't really do anything else. It was a great honour and a great privilege, but it does completely take over your life.